Can the Lakers actually build a team when you have a player that's almost making $1 million a game? We have not seen this. We've seen teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder actually pay guys after they basically drafted other players, grabbed the Isaiah Hartenstein, grabbed the Alex Caruso to add to the team. We've seen them build
Yeah.
teams on cheap rookie deals, but we never seen a team have a player making super max money and then all of a sudden they got to build a team around it. And if Jeannie Buss is still there, like as if they said with her just keeping that governor's role, which I think is cap, the Lakers old front office, they lost KCP, they lost Caruso, Dennis Schroeder. They traded away the draft pick for Russell Westbrook that became Jaden McDaniels. We've seen them kind of fuck up a lot. So do the Lakers, this is going to be a huge test for the new owners of the Lakers to see how well they can actually scout guys, get, low key end of the first round draft picks, late second round draft picks that can actually contribute. All these things would have to happen for the Lakers, even though they already have Luka on this team, but under this new supermax money. So what do you think? Do you think the Lakers could finesse it?
But I think the Lakers' new ownership, they're paying a lot, and they're gonna for sure put their own guys instead of the current guys running the show. Rob Pelinka's on borrowed time.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's definitely on borrowed time. Me just looking at this money right now, I can see Rob Pelinka is definitely on borrowed time. Yo, if they increase the cap by the 10% max every year, Luka will be making $82 million a year. That's $1 million per game. Like the margins are gonna be thin of what kind of players that they can put around him. They actually gonna have to. They can't afford to lose the KCPs, the Carusos. They can't do that anymore. They can't afford to get the Russell Westbrooks and it be a fuck up.
That's why you have to I think that's why the Lakers are kind of gambling on solid aging role players like Marcus Smart or players who like Jake Laveria, who's solid, but he's never really played for a contending team. And even DeAndre Ayton, who's kind of a gamble at this point, because man, that's someone whose value dropped for the past 5 years. DeAndre Ayton has had no real value in the NBA.
Facts. And it's tough, man. It's tough. Like they're really gonna have to nail and find some gem guys that are like Alex Caruso types, man. They're really gonna have to find that because you could even take a look at the Celtics, right? They traded away Georgie Yang, right? And 2 second round draft picks to the Jazz, right? That move dropped their luxury tax bill from 73 million to 39 million. Like that's $34 million saved.
Then they signed Chris Boucher for dirt cheap.
Yeah. So we're seeing the Celtics being able to maneuver like this. That one little move, Georgie Yang, saved almost $35 million for the team in luxury tax. So do the Lakers' new ownership, especially with Rob Pelinka in the front office, who's already fumbled multiple bags. Again, KCP, Caruso, Dennis Schroeder. There's multiple bags. The Westbrook fiasco. There's multiple fuck ups. Do you think going forward that this could happen with the same people in the front office as when Jeannie Buss and the Buss family was in there? Because I'm seeing the writing on the wall right here.
Those days are over, bro. I think the Jeannie Buss and this whole Lakers club,
the Rambis people up in there. Too many family and friendly hires. That shit does not work. There's too much money on the line.
It's done. Those days are done. I think the new Laker regime, they're looking at it. Okay, yeah, we got 18 championship, but none of them are under my run. So he's not gonna copy what Dr. Jerry Buss did in the 1980s and all the way through 2010. He's not gonna give a shit. He's gonna look at it as we need a new formula, a formula that's more up to par. And I think the days of Jerry Buss, where you are the only giant in town, is dead. You have Ballmer with Microsoft money. He's brought a new arena. Everything is fresh. Everything is new. You don't have that flexibility of being the sole real estate guy anymore. The sole, yeah, we are LA. Those days are dying, man. The Clippers are right next door.
I don't think the Clippers are much of a threat to the Lakers' market share. I just think at the end of the day, do the new owners have enough NBA reach to understand who to hire in the front office? Because it's already
Okay.
thin margins when you pay Luka the supermax, because he could be making
I
$82 million a year. That's $1 million a game.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fork over a lot of money. The reason I brought up the Clippers, I think in general, like if you're a player, I don't think the idea of I want to play in LA automatically the Lakers. I think those days are dead. You have competition now. You have to now be a consistent front office, which the new ownership will have to bring in, have to bring that edge in. You know.
My only rebuttal to that is
Yeah.
I agree when Jeannie Buss was there. I feel like with these new owners, especially the way they run the Dodgers, maybe a lot of players' eyes have opened up a lot different when it comes to the Lakers. Because I'm wondering, what did they tell Luka to make him re-sign? Because there's no evidence that they could actually build a contending team. They barely did it with LeBron James being there the whole, 8+ years?
Oh, bro, have you seen the free agency? They've catered to Luca a lot of it. Like I think Marcus Smart was someone Luca wanted.
Yeah, all those moves are temporary though.
Don't
When you see a team like the Celtics trade Marcus Smart, just know his defensive, ability, it started to go down. Teams like that, when they start giving up on these only defensive, non-shooting guys, you already know, like the defense is
I
starting
mean,
to
dude, I
wear
think that's
thin.
a given, right? Look how fast like the Grizzlies and Wizards gave him up.
True, but he was going down ever since he got traded from the Celtics. Same thing for Drew
Yeah,
Holiday.
once he got that injury, it was over for him. That
Yep.
lower body injury, it was over.
But look at Drew Holiday. He looked slow against the Knicks in the playoffs. And then
Yeah.
as soon as he looked like that, the Celtics got rid of him.
Yeah, and now what? Holiday's gonna come off the bench until Dame is back. Then he's probably gonna be traded too.
Yeah. But again, the Celtics, do they have the gravitas to actually, capitalize and not worry about a fucking Bronny James? They don't have the draft picks to waste and get a Bronny James. No disrespect. But if Luka want to capitalize, because he came off the finals. Now he came off the finals to being on a Laker team that's supposed to symbolize success and winning. But the reality is that he's on a Laker team that's on the rebuild. They're on a rebuild.
They're on a pivot, yeah.
Yeah, they're on a rebuild, and the Lakers are what? They're potentially going to have over $100 million in cap space in 2027 when Giannis, Steph, Jokic, Karl Anthony Towns, Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Davis could potentially become free agents. But with the new CBA, it's highly unlikely. Paul George is the only kind of superstar, that could still perform at the time that became a free agent, and that was last season.
Yeah.
Guys don't really hit free agency like that. Again, this new ownership, they have a lot of work ahead of them. They have a lot of work. If they want to get Luka just to the finals or just to even have the ability to make deep playoff runs, it's a very narrow window. You have a guy on your team already who's about to command $75 million plus per year. We never seen a championship team get built with someone already on the roster making this kind of money. We've never seen that. And also with these type of limitations with the CBA. This is a whole different ball game. This era of the NBA, you can't even compare to previous eras due to all the limitations. You may only have to compare this era to like when guys couldn't become free agents, because it's becoming like that.
Where does that leave Austin Reeves?
He's asking for about what, 30 mil a year?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna pay him the 30 mil.
Yeah, I see the Lakers trading him. I see the Lakers
Yeah,
trading him
I
and
think
getting a
that's your
different
best bet.
piece.
I think after the playoffs, your best bet is I would have traded him a lot sooner, to be honest with you. Because
Yeah,
now the Lakers don't even get that kind of flexibility to make moves. You're better off trading him and getting some players back.
because Austin Reeves is not fast. So how you gonna have out there in the perimeter Luka and Austin Reeves?
Yeah,
It doesn't.
Austin Reeves,
It's not a good
due to
fit.
his, he's not a really great off-ball player. He kind of needs the ball, and I think with his style of play and the roles he's gotten, I don't see him ever being like, yeah, I'm open to dilute my role.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for the Lakers, but these are real questions because everyone got hype. Oh, Luka extended, he's staying. Oh, everyone's hype about that. But hey, let's focus on, hey, we already got a guy on the team that in 2 years he could just opt out early and get 75 mil plus per year, and then we have to build around that, and at the same time we have the limitations of the second apron. So how the hell are we gonna build a contender, year in, year out, when we hitting the tax bill every season and we're not able to pick up free agents, make 2-for-1 trades, or make certain kind of trades, or pick up certain mid-level guys? You see all the limitations they got? Luka
Yeah, of
is
course.
75 mil already on your books. The max salary you could spend is like 200. You still got to get a co-star. You still got to get other players. By the time all
You
that
gotta get
money
that.
adds up, man, you're already at the second apron. And then when you at the second apron too many years in a row, you can't pick up mid-level guys. You end up like the Phoenix Suns. No 2-for-1 trades. You're stuck every season. Even if you sign a minimum level player, you're actually going to sign him for twice the amount of salary because you're already in the second apron. The shit makes no
You
sense.
don't- you have no bargaining power at that point.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Look at Grayson Allen. The Phoenix Suns re-signed him, but they ended up, by the time you calculate the tax, how much they had to pay in luxury tax plus his salary, they was almost paying Grayson Allen like 45 mil plus.
Yeah. And Royce O'Neal's another one too. They had to pay big.
Yeah, so it's like it don't even make sense. It don't even make any sense. So sometimes with the new owners, we seen Steve Ballmer get very trigger happy. Oh, let's get Kawhi, and then you saw him talking all hype during the presser. But now, now he's about 4 or 5 years in from being the owner. Steve Ballmer, we don't see him talk as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like his energy is a lot different because now he's realizing the business side of the game. It's a lot harder to formulate these teams. And I'm wondering.
And he showed that with Paul George, letting Paul George go.
Wait, say that again?
He showed that with letting Paul George go.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if this new Lakers ownership is on that same tip. Are they realizing, okay, we gave Luka the extension, that's great, we lock him in, but now we have a very finite window to get a co-star, perhaps another, piece that we could pay 30 mil to, and then shit kind of gets tricky. We got to land on the draft picks. We can't afford to keep Bronny on the team and he's not contributing. We need those second round draft picks to end up like Braun out in Denver, or Jaime Jaquez out in Miami. They need those type of draft picks to actually compete. Yeah, they need those.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying Luka is locked in. But what does that really mean? Rob Pelinka is probably going to be on his way out because he hasn't proven that he can put even a contending team around LeBron and AD. It's been excuse after excuse the whole time they've been there.
Yeah. Look, he's had one, and I don't really count the year that they went to the Western Conference. The year they lost to the Denver Nuggets, he got lucky with matchups.
They got lucky. I mean, it takes a little luck anyway, but at the end of the day, they did have a.
But like Memphis and Warriors, bro, they just couldn't match up with LeBron and Anthony Davis.
Yeah, they couldn't. But at the end of the day, like with this team, I feel like Laker fans, it is great news that Luka is locked in. But now,
look, any superstar, any top 5 player that locks in on your team, you're happy with.
Of course you're happy, but now it's different now. Cause like under the old rules, of course you lock in a player. Okay, now we could build around them. But now you lock in a player at that amount of money. We've never seen it with these restrictive rules, because technically the teams in a way they're kind of hard capped. We've never seen it where you're paying Luka almost $82 million a year, and now you gotta build around him. That exact scenario is the reason why Mark Cuban sold the team, because he understood it's not Luka's contract that's fucking me up. It's building around that contract and making it competitive at the same time. It's something that he can't. They were gonna struggle to do. You have to have a hell of a GM to do that. You have to have like a Pat Riley. No lie, Pat Riley in this new CBA, if he continues to work for the Heat, he is going to shine, getting all these second round draft picks that end up working out, because you need that under these new rules.
Bro, he's been doing it since 2017? Since he let D Wade walk, he's been doing that, to be honest with you.
But every team right now, from the Nuggets that are competing to the Knicks to the Celtics, look at the Celtics. They found Sam Hauser, Pritchard. You need those players.
Fournette.
Correct. Do the Lakers front office actually have it set up where they have enough scouts that are knowledgeable enough to find these type of guys? That's a
Well,
question
do
I
the
have.
Lakers themselves have a lot of patience? Because I thought a guy like I was watching the playoffs last year. A guy like Scottie Pippen Jr. He's solid for what he's asked for, and he was drafted by the Lakers. So I'm questioning of the patience within the Lakers for not to
And he was
really
let
let
go.
these guys go into one niche role. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they let him go to Memphis, and then he even admitted in that presser, we went over it last year, where he was kind of throwing shots at the Lakers about not
Yeah, of
giving him an
course.
opportunity.
Because he's a niche role. Like I'm not saying he has to be Scottie Pippen.
Hmm.
He's a niche role player. Those kind of players they pay off big because you're not gonna pay them that much.
Facts.
You're paying them less for what they could do.
Hmm.
Pennies on the dollar for their production.